This is the internet, and unless this is the first web page you've ever visited, chances are you already know that there are some weird pictures out there. But some photos just take things to the next level. Indeed, these strange snapshots will really make you wonder what's wrong with some people, from a woman making ice cubes out of oddly flavored water, to a guy offering $10 lobotomies. You can sort of see the intent, but what kind of person reads from top to bottom rather than left to right? Nobody, that's who? So really, we're almost starting to think that this person arranged these notes intentionally, as some kind of warped, reverse psychology experiment. Well, that's one way to get your students to pay attention. After all, there's no way we'd want to be on the receiving end of that particular punishment. We can't imagine how difficult these kids must have made life for this teacher if she had to resort to boxing gloves, though. This poor kitty looks like it's had just about enough of its owner's shenanigans. And we can't say we blame it. Whoever heard of putting human clothes on a cat? Just because you're totally head over heels with your Ma'i, doesn't mean the reverse is true. If you want that kind of mutual affection, try dogs. You don't need to be a health and safety expert to realize that this is not the way to clean out your wood chipper. In fact, you only need a modicum of common sense to know that this can only end badly. While he might be a goner, let's just hope that his kids aren't a chip off the old block. How does this situation even happen in the first place? Who sees such terrible congestion and thinks, yep, I'll drive straight into that? Really, these people might as well just abandon their cars. That's still pertinent advice, because no matter when this photo was taken, presumably they're all still deadlocked right now. Frankly, this solution doesn't even make sense. After all, surely disposable saran wrap is more costly in the long run than a pair of shoes? Not to mention all the extra support some actual footwear would give you. Indeed, we can't imagine this is in any way comfortable. There can't be a worse way than this to find out that you got someone pregnant. After all, if anyone recognizes your car and sees this before you do, then suddenly it's not such a secret anymore. Plus, it's hardly the personal touch this kind of situation usually requires. A drop-in lobotomy service? Sign us up. Seriously, though, surely the only people who'd be foolish enough to let this guy operate on them are those who have already had a lobotomy. Yeah, somehow we don't think he'll be getting much custom, even at those bargain prices. If this guy wanted more than 2 wheels, he probably shouldn't be driving a motorbike. Then again, maybe these are just the extreme version of stabilizers on kids' bicycles? Either way, he's going to have a terrible time trying to change gear in those things. Call us crazy, but we're pretty sure the usual way to get rid of a bomb is by running the hell away and calling the local disposal squad. Driving it down the highway on the back of a trailer somehow seems a bit less safe, especially if any heavy braking is involved. To be fair, this is almost impressive. We're not sure an insurance provider would see it the same way, of course, but you have to have some serious skills to get your car stuck in a tree. So much so that we really can't conceive of how this could have happened. Take that, laws of physics. We're not sure what's more worrying about this picture, that this person clearly never cleans their car, or that they drank this much McDonald's coffee in the first place. Either way, it really seems like some kind of intervention is necessary. Just don't ask us to be the ones to do it. We're not sure what's more worrying about this picture, that this person clearly never cleans their car, or that they drank this much McDonald's coffee in the first place. Either way, it really seems like some kind of intervention is necessary. Just don't ask us to be the ones to do it. We'd love to see inside this guy's brain, even if just for a second, to know what could have inspired this moment of madness. In fact, a second is probably all we could handle, looking at this. Even if the rainbow sort of makes sense, sort of, why did he need to stand with his hands in the toilet? This person has a point. After all, These security things are supposed to be removed by the cashiers when you pay. Of course, we could give the wearer the benefit of the doubt here and assume that the cashier simply missed it. Really, it just depends how cynical you are. If you're wondering what's going on in these pictures, well, it's exactly what it looks like. Yes, those are hot dogs boiling in a pan of water. And yes, that is the very same water being used for ice cubes. Apparently, they're for guests that this person isn't, shall we say, overly fond of. We're not sure we've ever seen anything so horrific. This guy is either the stupidest person in the world or the bravest. Then again, judging by how peaceful that tiger looks, perhaps he's just the friendliest, at least towards big cats. Indeed, not even the other tigers seem that bothered by his presence. Just don't try this yourself. Rather than removing the gum under the desks in this classroom, the decorators apparently decided to just paint over it. Somehow, we don't think it's quite done the job. After all, white gum is already a thing, so, this ingenious disguise isn't going to fool anyone. If you want a job done right, this must be why our parents always told us to never put our feet on the dashboard. And we weren't even wearing several-inch high heels at the time. Somehow, we think this person might have learned a lesson, whatever their reason for having their legs in the air. We're just lost for words with this picture. It's simply outside our realm of comprehension. Nothing we've ever seen is as baffling as what's going on here. Why is the pig creature wearing 2 bras, and not regular clothes? Why does it exist? And why are children present? Someone, somewhere, please bring us the answers.